This big lunchbox style radio is the Sylvania 3203GR from around 1958. This is one of the radios I got from RestoreOldRadios back in 2016, and I briefly demonstrated this radio in its electrically original state. Since then I've replaced the electrolytic capacitors and cleaned it up a little bit, including touching up the Sylvania logo as well as this T6 badge, which, as you can probably guess, indicates this thing has 6 transistors. It's not in mint condition or anything, and there's a big piece of trim missing here. A little foil piece that was glued down and has since fallen off. Seems to be commonly missing off of the set. It does work reasonably well now. Definitely not a top-tier performer, though. Let's hear it play. The volume knob's pretty small, but behind it is a large-size kind of tube radio style volume control. So it takes a little bit of force to turn.
It's a framed photo of the 1986 championship team, slightly in front of the one of your family. You insist that business trips be planned around the Giants' schedule, including
right here on Eye on Football. This is Eye on Football. And Hillary reminds me of Trading Places at the end of the movie when the Dukes lost.
There's kind of an annoying amount of slop in the tuning dial because the plastic's kind of flimsy and flexible. I just oiled the tuning capacitor and cleaned the bearings, so this is probably about as good as it's going to get.
Of country live here.
Hi, this is Brad Page.
Hi everyone, it's Faith Hill.
Hi, this is Kenny Chase.
Alright, that's enough of that. The radio's got a nice carry handle, which it needs because it's fairly heavy. On the back here it says 6 transistor, unbreakable case. And this plastic does seem to be fairly sturdy. Obviously not unbreakable, but sturdy. It's a little tricky to open one-handed. Here's the inside of the back cover. And there's the sticker, which is a little bit damaged by battery leakage. You see the layout of the transistors and printed in USA. This is an American-made radio, and it was built in Batavia, New York by Sylvania Electric Products. Now this thing has a fairly unusual battery arrangement. In fact, I've never seen a similar arrangement on another radio, except, well, similar models made by Sylvania. There's 6 C cells in this holder right here, and you can see there's one additional one here. And they're not just straight up connected in series. They're just attached to the lower part of the battery holder. You can see I had to repair that terminal there a bit. It wasn't making good contact. There's the back of the volume control. You can see it has 2 switches. And there's one of the replacement capacitors. It's been 3 years now, so I don't remember everything I did, but I'm pretty sure I just did a quick recap job. There's one of the transistors there. As with a lot of early Sylvania transistor radios, they used all of their own transistors in this set. You can see one of the 2N306 output transistors in the back there, along with this fairly beefy speaker. Unsurprisingly, for a 1958 set, it uses large kind of tube radio style IF transformers and a large air dielectric tuning capacitor there. Some of you are surely wondering what that extra battery was in there for, and I was too, so I looked it up in the Sam's Photo Fact. It's in volume 3, so you know it's a pretty early one. There it is with the trim piece in place. 3203GR. There's the layout of the printed circuit board and all the parts it uses. And finally, the schematic. Now you can see down here that the negative of the last battery in series in the main pack is grounded, and then the positive of that individual C cell is grounded. And you can see the negative from that single C cell running over to the emitters of almost all of the RF transistors, with the exception of the first IF amp, but the converter is hooked up that way too. And then the positive of the main group of batteries runs to the collector of the transistors either directly or indirectly. I have no idea why they did it this way. There must have been some advantage or reason or some patent they're trying to get around. I don't know. If one of you guys knows just what the heck Sylvania was trying to do here, I'd be curious to hear about it. Thanks for watching.